Boom. You looking for this?
Thank you. I was gonna say, when this quest is done, can you maybe swing back here and try to get me out of this thing?
So intense.
You think you had to ask?
Aww.
Just making sure.
None of this is in the book, and I'm actually low-key concerned about what's going on.
I can't believe Percy dies here.
Don't say that. I'm scared!
Percy, stand up. I mean
It's
it.
okay. I'm okay.
How are they gonna get out of this?
I'm okay. I'm...
Ooh.
He's a freaking statue? Well, they got the shield. Oh my gosh.
This smells.
If it gets us where we need to go, that's all that matters.
Assuming Ares was telling the truth. He wasn't.
Oop.
Not entirely, at any rate.
Grover been doing some fishing.
He was holding something back.
How do you know?
Because I think I got it out of
Ah,
them.
that's what he was doing earlier.
I know who stole the Master Bowl.
Ooh. Oh. Cliffhanger again.
Does Grover know?
Welcome back to Boomshot. I'm Colby and this is Maddie. And today we are reacting to / reviewing episode 5 of the Percy Jackson series. And spoiler warning, if you haven't seen it, go watch it and come back to this video. And we're going to get into it starting now. So what'd you think?
I really liked it.
You said it was possibly your favorite, right?
Yeah, but I think that's because I love Percy and Annabeth, and I really think that they fed us this episode, so...
Yeah, they did a lot of team bonding. The two of them.
Yeah.
Because Percy was like, hey, we don't got to put a label on this.
Yeah, true. Gotta love them to death. Yeah. Also, I guess the biggest question is, does Grover really know who stole the Master Bowl, and who do you think stole it?
I will say this. I think Grover, at first I thought he was being kind of sus. He was like, I guess he was just kind of like feeding Ares' ego, trying to get him to reveal that information. But at first I thought he was being sus. Like, yo, is he trying to like turn on Percy? Because he was like, well, you had the chance to turn in the lightning thief, or whoever they think is the lightning thief, at least. He was like, that's a good point.
Yeah, that makes you think about it.
But
Grover would never betray Percy.
Yeah, he wouldn't. But I thought he was being kind of sussy, but it turns out he's just trying to get some information.
You probably got the prophecy still in the back of your mind, because we know that somebody is going to betray Percy. Somebody that calls him friend. So that's something else to think about. But Grover says he knows who stole the Master Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. And I think he does. I mean, I didn't know. How would Ares know? Because he was there, I guess. He was...
Now, that is the question. I'm not going to say anything because it's already in the books. But Grover knowing who stole the Master Bowl was not in the books. So
Ooh.
I'm really just wondering what he's going to say.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'm wondering if he's right or wrong.
Yeah. Like, you think possibly Ares fed him wrong information on purpose? I don't see them going that route, but I do think he truly knows. And maybe that
Ares or Grover?
Grover. And thus Ares. But I think either both of them know or neither of them know. I don't think Ares knew and Grover didn't get it out of him.
If it's staying, like, following the plot in the books, Grover does not know. Who do you think stole it?
I don't know. Maybe,
Do you think it was a god or a demigod?
I hadn't thought about that too much.
That's the biggest question. Or something, something else.
I feel like it hasn't been a big plot point until now about who really stole it.
Yeah, I guess because everybody's been accusing Percy, so...
Yeah, it's just been kind of like Percy, and then Percy's just been like, I gotta go find it, or I gotta go find my mom, and then lightning bolts
True,
up on
because
us.
I think Hades has it, and and coincidentally his mom. So
yeah. So I don't know. I see what you're saying. I think that if it doesn't have Grover doesn't know in the books, I don't think that it's a foregone conclusion he won't know in the show. I think there's a chance he may still know, and they go off path there.
Yeah, because I mean they have been changing a lot of things. So,
So the Throne of Gold was different, right? That was not in the books at all.
No,
It was the fair or the Close Down Circus.
Oh, for sure. That's like one of the most iconic things. And then when they started playing, "What is love?"
Also, dude, by the way, I low-key, I started singing that at the exact moment they played it in the show.
That was kind of crazy.
I was like, what just happened to me?
Yeah, we get a little Hephaestus
I was like, what
story.
is love? And it started at the same time. I was like, what?
Makes me sad for Hephaestus.
Yeah, and Hephaestus shows up in the flesh, which I wasn't really, and that doesn't happen in the books, you said?
No, not at all.
Which I was surprised about, and he seems to be a G. I will say that.
Yeah, he kind of feels like the most unproblematic one right now.
Yeah, because I feel like he gets
guy.
trampled over.
Yeah.
But I feel like, he's a
Herod
cool
threw
guy.
him off Olympus because he was ugly.
I feel like he's a cool guy,
his
though.
legs.
I think, Hermes, in my book, still the GOAT. But I think Hephaestus probably right up there now in my book.
You would like Hephaestus.
But also, Hermes, he said, was it Ares that said, find Hermes at the casino?
Yeah, our Hermes chauffeur will get you.
So
something like that.
I think we might see Hermes next episode.
But is Ares trustworthy? Is the question. I feel like he's got his own.
I think
agenda.
parts of what he said is true. Parts of it ain't, maybe. But I think we'll see Hermes next episode. That's kind of my feeling. Interesting.
We'll definitely be going to the Lotus Casino next episode, which is also something very, very iconic from the books. I'm so excited to go there. And also, I think it's going to be important for seasons in the future because we may or may not see the Lotus Casino again. So it's good to pay attention to what goes on there.
So I get the feeling that it's going to be like that first elevator we saw. Like it's just a casino to humans, but there's like some underground or like other layer to it that only demigods and gods can see or something.
Yes, completely. Yeah, going along with that for sure. But it might be different than you think.
That's interesting.
I really enjoyed this episode. You know, I thought it was good. Really, I feel like there hasn't been a bad episode. They've just felt really short. But yeah, I love the Percy and Annabeth that we got here. So stay fed.
I feel like the episodes are lingering more towards 40 minutes now, or like 40 or less. I'd like to see like 50 to 55, but
Yeah, even this kind of off topic, but when we were watching Echo, those seem really short too.
Yeah, I think on average they're maybe a little bit longer. They both have 5 episodes out right now. I guess we could average them up, but I think on average maybe they were a little bit longer, but maybe not. I know the first one was like 50, I think, but the other ones I think were shorter. But
yeah, just interesting to see what Disney does with that. So,
but also they dropped all of Echo at once, so that's
true.
Else. And they dropped the first 2 of Percy at once.
True.
So I wonder if they're gonna start going like with season 2 of Percy and stuff moving forward. If they're gonna do
all at once,
or at least like half. Stranger Things, I think, has been doing half. Like a half, and Invincible the same thing. Like drop half of it, like big thing. People are talking about it. Wait like a couple months.
Yeah.
Drop the other half.
That's kind of how it's going with Bridgerton, one of Netflix's biggest shows. They're splitting up season 3 into 2 halves, like dropping half of it in May and then dropping the rest in June or July.
Yeah,
I think it's June.
And let us know what you would prefer for Percy Jackson and other shows, because I feel like that's kind of, and maybe we'll do a community post, because I feel like that's kind of a big topic right now, is like what would people like to see most? Because I know a lot of people are upset about Invincible dropping the second half so much later, but I think it worked well for Stranger Things because it got a lot of people were talking about the first half so much. It hyped it up, and there's a little wait. But you don't want too much of a wait.
Because then people might lose interest.
Yeah. And then you have a week at a time or all at once. So
yeah.
There's different ways.
Yeah. Lots of ways to handle it. But any closing thoughts?
Trying to think of a bold prediction, but I don't know much I got in the tank. I think we'll see. I think we'll see Hermes next episode. Got the H on the waist, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
True.
I feel like he's too big of an actor to only have
Miranda.
in a little bit of like one scene.
He's not that really. He's not an actor, really, though.
Or too big of a name. Yeah, too big of a name, I guess.
Yeah. He's probably the biggest name in the show.
Yeah, and I guess they do that sometimes as like a famous actor or somebody will drop by and film one scene and that's it. But
yeah,
I feel like, especially since Hermes is such a prevalent character
in your mind,
in my head canon, but I feel like he's a prevalent god as far as just in general.
Compared to like Demeter or something.
I feel like a lot of people know Hermes, I guess I should say.
Okay.
They know that name.
I really don't feel like they do, but I mean Hermes compared to Poseidon
top 5.
or Zeus.
I bet you he's top 5 most known Greek god.
That would be interesting. Let's Google that after this.
Okay. I bet you he is. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've always loved
Why
Hermes.
is Colby a Hermes lover?
I tell you doubted me, but I've always liked him.
No. Okay. From the times that you read the books?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a cool guy.
So you think we'll see Hermes next episode? That's going to be fun. I think that we're in for a good little bit up ahead.
I think, I guess my other prediction is that Grover does know, or I think he's going to at least think he knows who stole the lightning bolt. Because surely, that's what it seemed like to me. He thinks he knows.
Yeah.
But I don't get the feeling that Ares played a trick on him. I think Grover tricked Ares into telling him, so I think he does know. But the question is, does Ares really know? So
that's true. That's the biggest question. Does Ares really know?
Yeah.
I would agree.
Because I feel like that's a huge deal. If Ares knew that, then surely other people would.
He'd tell Zeus and be like, hey, I know who stole your Master Bolt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of things going on behind the scenes, I feel like.
Yeah, okay. I guess, my final closing thought is that I think Ares he won't really know. He'll tell Grover what he thought was true. And Grover will also think it's the truth, and it'll mess him up somewhere along the way.
Now that I could get behind. That feels more closer to like what's going on in the book. So, yeah. Also, just as a little side note,
Dang.
I love how
My cat's being loud right now.
I love how edgy Percy is with Ares.
Dang, yeah, that dude's got guts, man. I'll tell you that. When he was saying that, I was like holding my breath. I was like, that Grover's got him in a good spot. He's the god of war. Just take the ride.
No, I love Percy's attitude.
Yeah, I do too. But I was like,
he's got a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and I like it too. But I was like, don't push it. He's the god of war.
Yeah,
he's
Annabeth's over there sweating.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's a good point. But let us know what you thought of the episode.
Yeah.
We'd love to read your comments.
For sure.
And talk with you. So.
Yeah.
And thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one.